Hey, what's up guys? Limitless Starcraft coming to you with another Starcraft 2 Heart of the Storm commentary. This matchup, best of one, map is Belshire Vestige. And introducing our players, we have in our top left corner our red Zerg, our Korean player Roro. And in our bottom right corner of the map, it is a blue Protoss, and it is going to be first. Also a Korean player. This is the same tournament. I'm not too sure. I think it's maybe Group F for Korea Season 2. A lot of these matches have been posted, so I'm just kind of going through them. These are probably not too ahead in the tournament. At least this matchup, if it's a best of one, usually the later matchups, round of 32 and all that's best of threes. So I believe this is way before round of 32. But both these players are well known. First and Roro both are known for their steady play, solid play. They move up pretty far in tournaments. Roro is a very good Zerg player. He should be pretty well known in the tournament style. I've seen him in just about every tournament I've watched, as well as First. I know ZVP wise, Roro has pretty strong ZVP, and First has pretty strong PvZ as well, so this should be a good matchup. First now opening up with a gateway first. This will either lead to a few options where you go gateway expand, which is popular against Zerg. Typically you see a lot of Forge fast expands as well, but it's not going to be the case here. Now First can choose to go for a Nexus first before a Cybernetics core, but it all depends on his style, whether he wants to get his economy quicker, and it looks like he will do that. Roro going for the hatch, and the pool was actually first. So in ZVP, usually when you get the pool first, you're either worried about maybe a little bit of aggression, or you're going to apply some pressure yourself. He is getting 4 lings, which says a lot. Usually you only see a pair of lings made just for the scouting option. Which is smart, just because normally in ZVP, as I said, they usually go Forge Fast Expand, so your Zerglings aren't going to do too much harass, but there's actually no Forge. Instead, he should have actually no Zealot on the way right now for First, blocking off with the Cybernetics core, so these Zerglings are going to be able to scout out this Nexus, see the Cybernetics core, maybe get in, do a little bit of poking and prodding, but Zealot is whipping in, and by the time it gets the lings get down there, the Zealot should be able to take care of them. Now looks like we have a third hatchery about to go down just about right before the second hatch spawns, and no gas is taken yet for our Zerg player, so we're not going to see any early speed or anything like that. Now, interesting thing, I don't know if this means too much, but Roro is getting 3 overlords. It's a pretty heavy commitment right there, 300 minerals this early in the game, which means he could be droning very heavy, which might be the case. He is going to, let's see, production. We might see a lot of lings, and he might try to go for that early aggression, and like doing a little picking and prodding. I'm sorry, I was on the wrong tab, so there's 3 overlords. He actually only has 1 in production. Read in that a little wrong. Sorry, still trying to get used to this commentating thing. I got the Stalker out now, and the Mothership core, so those Zerglings are no longer going to stay alive. Roro doing a pretty basic opening. Not seeing anything crazy just yet. Typically, it would probably be a couple more minutes in game before we see what Roro is actually going to be up to. First, still hasn't saturated this base just yet. Working on getting up his probe count, so we're kind of in the calm right now. And third base just now going up. We have a probe, sneaky little guy just hanging around, probably going to get ready to set up some pylons. Zealot grabbing the Zelnaga tower, which is always a good idea. Going to go in there, try to see what kind of scouting. Zealot, for 100 resources, I believe is probably one of your better scouting options, just because it's a good tank for the queens and the Zealots, just to go in and kind of get an early scout off And I don't know why it's being a little laggy right now. Sorry about that, guys. Zealot is probably going to get taken out here. Trying to get a drone kill. Not going to be able to, I don't believe. And there goes the Zealot. He did scout the third base though, but he didn't scout anything in the main. So he doesn't know if he's going to any tech or not. Lair now on the way for Roro. We got 2 more additional gateways going up on the way. Should see a 4th one going pretty soon. We actually have a Stargate. Very popular play with the Phoenixes coming out right now. Definitely going to do some harass. Going to probably prevent Roro from going Spire, just because Meatless are so weak against Phoenixes. And we actually have a Roach Warren. Roach Warren's a good option. I believe Roro is only seeing 2 bases. Yeah, so he only sees 2 bases. A lot of the time, get Roach Warren just to be precautious for 2 base all ends. You know, with the sentries, Roro could throw in Immortals, but this isn't going to be the case for this game. But usually the Roach Warren's a very safe bet for Zerg in this matchup because they do very good damage against Zealots and they tank a lot of damage. So we have a proxy pylon. Probably going to use these Zealots to go into the 3rd of Roro and get a lot of drone kill, do a little harassment. We do have some Spore Crawlers in the main base, so the Phoenixes aren't going to be too damage heavy right now. When he gets into those high counts, whether he's going to or not, he's actually supply blocked right now. But we got speed on the way, and we have the melee attacks +1. And resources favoring Protoss player right now. Phoenix is still trying to get in what they can. Mothership 4 out here just getting ready to recall if need be. First owning quite a bit of investment here. We got 2 Zealots not really doing anything though. That is kind of a miscalculation right here. Especially because we have Roaches. Don't know if Roaches going to be able to save this 3rd or not. Let's see. I got some Roaches on the way. Not many more Zerglings though. Roaches will be able to clean this up eventually, but I don't think it's going to be before the 3rd hatch goes down. But a lot of the Roaches are actually going to spawn on this hatchery, so they might be able to pop and take out the Zealots before the 3rd goes down. It's going to be so close. Phoenix is just doing as much harassment as possible, picking off the Roaches when they can, and the 3rd does go down. That is a pretty critical blow. As you can see, immediately getting down that hatchery again. But now this kind of evens, or doesn't really even it up. I believe the Protoss player first is quite a bit ahead right now, and we are getting ground armor level 1, about to take maybe a 3rd for himself. Roro has a few options right now. He can try to sit back, try to reestablish his base once more, or he can go in for a counterattack, which he might be doing. He has roach speed. So this might be a viable option. Robo facility going down. He'll either push out Immortals or Colossus. Colossus would be a good tech change right now, or Immortals, because Immortals do, murder Roaches. Roaches in high numbers can easily be tanked down by 3 or 4 Immortals. Too many sentries right now so Roro's not going to be able to do any aggression at that front gate right there. And we have a infestation pit. So we could see some Infestor play, Macro Hatch on the way, Infestor play, or we could see straight Hive Tech, just for the early 3-3, but I think it's still a little too early for that to go into play. We could also see Swarm Hosts, which are effective against Protoss, but I haven't seen too many Zerg players actually incorporate Swarm Hosts into their play. They're just very slow, and it kind of makes for a very slow metagame in ZVP, though I have seen them be quite successful a few times. And 3rd base, this roach is so funny, just hanging in the air right there, squirming about as they aren't able to do anything. 3rd was canceled, but he will reestablish that very quickly. Now for Roro, he really needs to saturate the 3rd base and then go ahead and start. In my opinion, I say he should get a lot more lings out right now, and I continue with the roach production just for right now. Getting the 2nd evolution chamber, and he should continuously harass that 3rd. In the position he's in now, he needs to not let that 3rd go up because he's already behind. Resource wise, he's actually He's actually ahead right now, but as soon as that third kicks in for Protoss, and he's just now getting his third back up, it's not going to be an ideal situation. We get our first little push coming out right now for first. One Immortal, 6 sentries right there. I believe they have quite a, yeah, one has full, I mean, all of them have full energy right now, so the force fields are going to be ridiculous. And Phoenix still doing the harassment. Nice little micro right there, transfusing the queen to save her. We actually got quite a bit of queens out right now. We have 5, typically 1 for every hatch, and then 2 to spread creep. But we have infestors just now popping. That is quite a bit of infestors, but they just spawned, so their energy isn't all the way there. They'll be able to get off the fungal leech, but I believe first is gonna have a very easy time kind of breezing through this. The infestors don't really do any damage besides the fungal, and without the units to back it up, it's going to be very hard for them to do anything. Good flank though from Roro with the Lynx coming in from the back. Might be able to hold this off. Stalkers going down, the Roach being focused, or the Immortal being focused down, but the Roaches. Nice recall right there by first, moving these Zealots back so they don't get caught in the crossfire. Now Roro has pulled back quite nicely. Third is finally up. Fourth looks like it is going down. Like I said, he needs to start taking some damage to that third base right now just to make sure our protest player doesn't get ahead. Phoenix is still being bothersome. They still have not been taken out. It's because he doesn't really have too much besides the queens to really do anything against those Phoenixes. Roro massing in the middle right now. Spending, let's see, units lost. Favoring first right now, but that's because he lost that hatchery in the beginning. And Zerg units against Protoss units in a battle. It's going to go more towards the Protoss player being in their favor. And Roro's doing a nice job right now harassing the probe line. It's going to be able to get quite a bit of probe. You see the resource loss scaling up a little bit for Roro. Now he's just going to harass the probe line and back off. He wasn't able to take out the third base, but he's doing a great job of just prodding here and there and make sure that he stays in this game. Fourth nearly coming up. Letting these infestors sit while they get more energy is a great idea. He's going to have enough energy for fungal. He could go for burrowed play, where we can sneak into the bases and just throw down a whole bunch of infested Terrans and do some critical economical damage right there. And nothing too much else going on right now. He's getting a lot of lings right now. I actually don't think banelings would be the worst idea with as many Zealots versus using right now. And we are up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gateways right now, so he's got good production. Going back in for that third, I don't know if that militia has enough for a photon overcharge, so if need be, she can throw that down. A few roaches getting picked up here. Nice burrow, but there is an observer, or a photon cannon. I actually don't know if he has an observer or not. I don't believe so, but he has the photon cannon, which is able to spot that. So a little bit of mismanagement there. I think he should have pulled the roaches back when he pulled back the rest of his units. We do have mutas now on the field for Roro, and the Phoenixes are low in count, I believe. There's only 2 left, so his mutas might be able to do some great harassment. He's not producing another Stargate anymore, so it's gonna be a while before he can get some Phoenixes out to counter these mutas. The Roach is doing a good job just kind of taking damage at the front, distracting him, while Roro comes in and does some nice damage. I mean, he clears out that main base. It's going to come into the natural, do a little harassment there. There's 1 Archon, 2 Archons. Looks like first is saying screw it and going in for the play to just go ahead and counterattack and try to get the damage that he can do, because Roro's already paid for himself. Photon Overcharge is going to hold back the Mutilus for now. It looks like he might be pulled back. I think Roro's forces are a little too split right now, though, to kind of hold on at the moment. Looks like he was coming back to try to defend his base, but he realized there is a lot of units for first right now. The 2 Archons take a lot of damage from the Mutilus, taking out that 4th base right now. Rora's trying to work on that 3rd base, but he's not really focusing down the Nexus. He's just trying to kill off the cannon and the pylon, which isn't going to do much. He just, yeah, there we go. We don't need to leave the Mutilus alone with just a few of them against Stalkers. And 3rd base now going down. Looks like Rora's trying to make it a base race situation, but I don't think he's going to pull ahead. I mean, he's already down by almost 40 supply. Just straight Mutilus aren't going to be the best option, especially with Archons on the field and as many Stalkers. We have a lot of Spine Crawlers in the front right now. Infestors are going to do some great damage with good bungles. But he honestly doesn't have the units to back this up. He has Lings sitting here in the back, but they're not doing anything. And they're going to be taking damage from the Zealots, which is not the best scenario. Zealots tank Lings very easily. Not much he can do now. Second base is about to go down very quickly. And looks like this is going to be GG for Roro. Has no way of coming back here. He has a 5th base actually over here, but I mean, I don't think he has any drones left. There's 0 on that. 0 on that. All the drones were killed off. Unless he pulled them off somewhere, but I don't think he did. And there's a couple there. That's it. Trying to get a little damage here, but by the time the Mutalists do any serious damage, Roro's base would be fully eliminated. Nothing he can do. This is going to be GG for him. No way to come back. Just waiting for him to type out. He might be a little fantasy-like and wait to GG at the last possible second, but it should be coming up. It was a great game by First. I mean, he really read that well. Went for a nice counterattack. It kind of left Roro scrambled. I mean, he didn't know, he wasn't sure if he should come back to his base or not and defend, or just go straight for the counterattack. And it didn't work out for Roro. I think he would have brought those Mutalists back earlier and not try to attack this 3rd base, which just left a few Lings and a few Roaches. He could have pulled them back over to maybe help defend. But that's going to be GG. That was a best of 1, so Roro will stay out of the tournament. He will lose, and First will move on. So thanks for watching, guys. If you guys like this video, just hit the like button and subscribe if you have not. And look forward to more replays. Thanks, guys. Bye.